This episode of Fake Lashes, Real Feelings is brought to you by West Texas Therapeutic Services. They offer physical, occupational, and speech therapy with the best crew in El Paso. Come on down and visit them at 111 Barranca Drive, Suite 800 in El Paso, Texas. Hey girl, hey, it's your girl Glory, baby. We are here on another episode of Fake Lashes, Real Feelings. We are here with adventurer, outdoor lover, and fitness superstar, Sam Cisneros. She is going to be training for a very, very cool competition. So tell us a little bit about yourself and what you're doing right now.
Hi.
Hi.
Thank you very much for having me on your podcast. I am first of all, I'm so proud of you. And this podcast, your store, everything that you have accomplished is amazing and truly inspiring. Well, I am competing for a NPC bikini competition, and it is the Kuklo Classic. It is going to be in Dallas, and it is May 23rd. And I've been training officially training since September, and I'm training with the FitMac, and their gym is called Fitness First, and I am training with Catherine. Her name is Catherine. She's my trainer, and man, she's amazing. She's won a few awards, and she's on her way to doing Olympia. So that kind of inspired me to jump into it. And
oh, that's cool. Okay, so this is your first competition, right?
Mm-hmm.
You said that your coach inspired you a little bit, but one person inspired you to do this, what else inspired you? What pushed you to get on a stage in a bikini, oiled up, in high heels? Just saying. I'm just putting the facts out there.
I know. It sounds kind of crazy. I don't know. All my life, it wasn't just one person that inspired me. It's been so many factors in my life that have inspired me and kind of pushed me and led me to where I am today. All my life, I was kind of I always felt like the ugly duckling, walking around, being this heavyset girl, and always not feeling like I'm enough. I'm not enough for, the next guy, the next person, enough for myself, enough for my family, I always felt I kind of shorted myself throughout life. Mm-hmm. But as far as where it all began, I don't know. It's mostly seeing everything around me. As far as friends, other peers, other classmates, other people that you would see getting their fitness on and exercising and doing all these amazing things with themselves. Going out there. I started training. I started training for races. It started off with marathons. It started off with not marathons, but 5Ks. I was doing 5Ks.
Okay. I have seen you a bunch of photos where you've done those, and there's so many fun ones throughout the city, right? And there's random.
Many in our city. You have no idea. Every weekend, every month, there's maybe one or two that you don't even hear about, but all of a sudden you see a bunch of people randomly running.
And a lot of them are fundraisers. Correct?
Yeah, a lot of them.
That's really cool.
And I think I've always I wanted to dive into wanting to help the community and wanting to help grow. I don't know, just change. I want to make a change in the world.
Yeah.
You want to.
It's our duty.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
It's your responsibility as a human. I always say that.
Yeah.
If you're blessed with things, you have to put things back out and make a change somehow. It's
exactly.
Your responsibility.
And just kind of being the change you want to see in the world. Mm-hmm. And it all starts with you. I was kind of you just find yourself in a really, really dark place in life, And that's kind of, honestly, that's where it all spiraled out. I found myself in like a really, really dark place in my life where just, I don't ever wish anyone to be in that dark place, let's just leave it at that. And so many things that kind of set me off and set me back, and life happens, and it's just all about how you deal with it, how you manage it. Excuse me. And getting nervous here.
Oh no, don't get nervous. Don't get nervous. We can switch the topic a little bit. But so I'm like struggling through life, finding your place, wanting to grow that confidence, and honestly, I think a lot of it is like proving something, not even to other people, but to yourself, right?
Yes, it's a big thing.
I feel like everyone that I talk to that's into their fitness journey or that really is passionate about accomplishing goals through fitness always say like it's a personal thing, like the high that they get after that, the intense emotion of accomplishing something, like, oh my God, I was able to do that. My body physically was able to do that when it couldn't do that a month ago or 3 months ago. And like, yeah, I think that's major, right?
Definitely. A lot of that stems from within yourself. I was, like I said, I was in a dark place, didn't want to be there anymore. I told myself, I had hit rock bottom, looked at myself in the mirror, and then, I said, this isn't who you are. This isn't the person that you ever expected yourself to be. You are where you are right now, not because of anyone else, but because you allowed yourself to be here. And that, at that moment, that's when I kind of like let myself feel it, cried, got over it, shook it off, got my shit together the next day, kept going. Okay, like I was looking for help. Like as far as like my fitness goes, because I have PCOS, I have one ovary, like so many things that could just honestly make me want to give up on life, give up on, those little setbacks, and you just don't want to, like, I don't know, you want to give up on life. And obviously, like the attempt was there, but obviously God and the universe didn't want me to leave. So I kind of like feel like I have a message that I need to send out to the world and like send out to people as far as like not giving up on yourself. Like it's so easy to give up on yourself. Yeah. It really, really is.
Yeah, and you found that peace and that extra push through fitness.
Yeah, and you look for help with people, and like it depends on how bad do you want that, that fitness journey, that job, that, that interview or whatever it is, how bad do you want it at the end of the day? So like I was going through different people asking for help as far as my fitness goes, looking, searching, trying to figure out like my own exercise routines at the gym. It was just not going anywhere. Like my body was staying stagnant. I was like either gaining weight or losing too much weight, or I wasn't doing the right thing, and then I finally told my stubborn self, shake it off and it's okay to go look for help, So I started looking into 5Ks and started looking at, like other events as far as like hiking, I love hiking. I'm such a huge outdoorsy person. Like if there's one thing in this world that has fixed me mentally, it's nature. Like I cannot express that enough to people, is to get out there, even if it's for like 5 minutes. Go outside, take your dog for a walk, stand out there and watch them use the restroom. Who cares? Like get out there. But like as far as that goes, like I don't know, like it was a healthy outlet for myself, and that's what this was at the end of the day for me, was just to get myself to feel not like, I guess, not abuse myself through other forms,
Yeah, and I think that's super normal. It's what a lot of people do. They begin to overeat, eat unhealthy, go out a lot, get into like other activities, and working out is just like one of the top things that could help, right? Yeah. I mean, obviously not everyone has to train for marathons or join bikini competitions, but I think that's like a really important message to just send. Definitely. In general.
Whatever works for you.
Yeah, like,
this is what's working for me. Like
even if you just like dance around, work a little, like,
just move.
Get your heart rate going, girl. Break a little sweat.
That's all you gotta do. And I promise, like once you start sweating it out, and like just sweat it out. Just feel it. Feel the emotions. Just move. Get your body to move. Even if you're playing with your kids outside,
Is working out emotional to you? Like, do you feel like say you're upset and then you you work out, like, do you feel that during your workout? Does your workout change? Do you pick your workouts sometimes, like, if you're angry, you'll go do something different than if you're,
No,
like, in a...
well, honestly, okay, so if I'm upset, if I had a bad night or if I had a bad morning, rough day or whatever, the workout, I do use it to my emotional use. I do put in that energy. Whatever I'm spewing out, whatever anger I have, I do take it out on my workout. I do,
Okay.
there's days where I'm like lifting heavier than the other days, and I'm like, okay, obviously this bitch has got issues today. So
Yeah,
like,
I mean, it's kind of cool.
yeah, so you kind of like push through, and then all of a sudden it's like I'm lifting 20 pounds more than I expected for that day, and I'm like, hell yeah, like if I can conquer this shit, I can conquer anything else.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's my mentality as far as like my fitness goes, is like if I can push myself to my ultimate best self, then there's nothing that can stop me. And that's where I feel like I'm at right now in life, is I feel unstoppable.
That's awesome.
And like I struggled so hard to get to where I'm at right now that you just don't want to let anything ruin that. Take that from you. You want to fight for that shit.
Unfortunately, like that confidence, it takes going through a lot of BS. You know what I mean? So if you're listening right now and you're in the middle of the BS, work out a little bit, get through it, feel it. You're gonna come out better. It's probably gonna get worse before it gets better. People would always tell me that, and I'm like, oh man, you suck. But it's true. But then when it gets good, girl, it's real good. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
so it's worth it.
It always gets darker before the sky clears up and everything. And I promise, like you said, if you are hearing this, like get out there, get moving. And because at the end of the day, whoever you're mad at, whatever it is, ask yourself, did that person do what you're doing right now? Are they where you're at right now?
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, you're doing it for you. No one else. That's what this is like. Oh my gosh, this whole fitness journey is teaching me so much of how scattered my life was, and how much I needed to get my shit together. Like so much discipline goes into this, so much dedication. The hours that I spend at the gym, like this is like, I don't know, that it's legit. Like this, I was thinking about it, and how my trainer sent me the form for my registration for the competition and everything, and I was like, oh my god, like this shit's legit getting legit. Like,
it's real. It's real. Yeah.
And so like I started looking at all the bathing suits, and it's like, who is this girl? Like who the hell am I becoming? Like this confidence that I'm building. Like you would have met me 10 years ago. This girl that I did meet you 10 years ago. like to the people listening.
Yeah, no.
Like,
I couldn't have seen her in a bikini on the stage oiled up. Let me tell you that 10 years ago. She wasn't that girl. So it's a beautiful change for sure.
It really has been. Thank you. It really has been. It's been definitely a struggle. It hasn't been easy. You think jumping into this, it's going to be sky's the limit for you, but you don't realize how many obstacles there are going to be in your way, This mentality, I kind of just started applying it to my school, and so it coincide hand in hand with each other, and it's been amazing since then.
Yeah.
The confidence that I have in myself, like I said, like just being able to get myself to the gym every day shows that I know I can be consistent in something.
And it's like, it's so hard, because if you were saying that you were in a dark place, I know when I get depressed, or when I go into that, to the darker days, I guess, it's hard for me to even like shower every day.
Yes.
So the fact that you can make it to work every day, or that you can make it to the gym, which is an extra activity, like that's major. And I'm sure the gym made you want to go to even more activities. Yeah. So if you're feeling like you can't shower, you don't have to shower for the gym, girl.
Yes,
just
go to the gym.
Yeah, because you're gonna get sweaty there.
And then after the gym, after you sweat it out, you're gonna feel so damn confident in yourself for even making it to the gym that you're gonna be like, you know what, fuck this shit. I'm gonna go home, shower, get my day started.
Yes.
Night, whatever it is, it's a honestly like a snowball effect. It just happens a little.
And you can work out at night. People work out at 9 p.m.
Dude, I work out
it's so cool.
Sometimes I'll work out when I can't sleep. Like I'll get myself to the gym. That's how it was too. Where I was to the point where I was feeling depressed. I couldn't sleep at night, so I'd get up and I'd go to the gym just because it's like, okay, this is gonna get me out of my head. Like that is one thing that I can't stress to people. Like my trainer told me that too. She's like, get out of your get out of your head, and that was something that I definitely had to struggle with. I still, I'm not perfect. I'm not where I want to be, nor anywhere near where I want to be, in life. But, the fact that little sayings to me they mean the world to me. Like, get out of your head. Like, literally get the fuck out of your head. Like, I can't stress that enough. Like, and what I mean by that is, like, you're stuck in your bed. You're just spiraling, going down the bunny hole. One thing leads to another, things to another, leads to another, puts you in the most depressive state. Start crying, start feeling sorry for yourself, pity party, looking for people to feel sorry for you. It just, goes a big mess. And then next thing you know, you're just miserable for like weeks on end. You've already been doing that for like 2 weeks, or a week. Like, girl, get out of your fucking head. Get up, get out, go read a book, go outside, go look at 5 different objects just to get out of your head, distract your mentality. Like, I can't stress that enough. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. And it's something everybody struggles with, like, whether you're even aware of it or not, Yes. I think it's something that everybody goes through. So I think all of that can be helpful for anybody, and you guys should all try it. Those are good advice for depression, for anxiety, for whenever you're feeling overwhelmed, when a coworker is pissing you off.
Yes, like,
stay cool, get out of your head. Because in my head, I'd be like running them over, but no, it's fine. I saw 5 objects. I'm not gonna react the way I would like to.
Yes, I know, exactly. Sometimes you just, that was a big. I mean, I still struggle with that as far as like reacting before I think. I do have anxiety that skyrockets, super high sometimes, where it's just, oh my gosh, like you're just like, bitch, you need to get your shit together. Like,
but just being aware of it's like a good sign. Just the fact that you're aware of it's like a good step. One thing I think is so cool that Sam does, and I really wanted to talk about it, or that she's done. Obviously, I mentioned that she mentioned she loves nature. She went on like a hike alone, right? Yes. And it was for like a long time.
Yes.
Yeah, tell us about it, because it was intense. From what she said.
Well, I know. I did. I went backpacking by myself. I was going through like a really hard time in my life in that period. I was really, really down in the dumps. I spiraling. Like, I just, I needed to be alone. And at that point, I needed to get out of my head. At that point, I needed to get out. I needed to know.
I go to the mall when I need to get out of my head, dude. I don't go backpacking.
I know. But I'm like, I don't know. I'm not afraid. I don't know. I used to be so afraid of being in nature. I used to be so afraid of being alone. I used to fear so many, and it was up until that point where I was like, what are you afraid of? What's the worst that's going to happen to you? You didn't, like, if anything, when I'm out in the mountains, I'm more afraid of man than I am of animals. Because what the fuck is a man doing out here in the middle of the fucking woods?
Well, I'm always scared of men. And, like, I'm literally my whole life scared of men, but
they are pretty intimidating. No, I don't know. Like, so when I went out there, I told myself that weekend, that week, I had been planning it for about 2 weeks, and I told myself, you know what, just do it. What's holding you back? I looked at the weather. The weather looked like it was going to be amazing. So I was like, you know what, fuck it. So I just said, fuck it. I got paid that day, went to the store, went to Academy, bought the backpack, bought everything else that I needed, picked up my sleeping bag, got my dog. I have a beautiful dog. He's a big old Cane Corso. He's
that's a good dog to hike with.
Yeah, he's like my height, dude.
Yeah, I've seen photos like that. Like, it was like having like a friend.
Yes, so I wasn't lonely because he's like a little rescue
talks,
dog.
Right?
Yeah, I wish.
He looks like he talks. He looks very human. Yeah. I think he talks.
I'm not joking, dude. Whenever I'm with him and he looks at me, he makes these faces, and I feel like he is just gonna start talking to me. I'm like, dude,
you're like, just
say
I
it.
I won't tell anyone. I won't tell anyone.
I know. Have you seen that cartoon where they feed the little girl feeds her dog the alphabet soup, so her dog starts talking because he's literally eating alphabet soup?
That is so
precious. Like, I'm gonna feed my dog alphabet soup.
Yes.
But yeah, no. So we went out there. We went backpacking. I needed to get out, so I did, and then I parked my car on one side. Well, I went and I told my parents, obviously. They were, my dad.
Your location real quick.
Yeah, they were not too fond of the idea. I thought I was actually going to get more shit from my parents than anything else. But it was more my grandma and my uncles that were pretty freaked out. My sisters and my mom, and my dad, they were all actually pretty supportive. They're actually the most supportive thing that I'm so blessed to have my family because they are really supportive.
They've probably seen the other things you've accomplished before, and they're like, nah, she'll be fine.
This isn't surprising. They're like,
she's fine.
This isn't surprising. This is a Sammy thing to do,
Yeah.
And a lot of people, like one of my sisters thought that I was like, maybe you should take some time, like don't jump into this right away. But at the end of the day, she was like, they all prayed for me. They were all like, you got my support 100%. We understand what you're going through. Just be careful, whatever you do, we can't stop you. You're not like the 16-year-old little girl anymore that we can chain down, you're your own woman. So I went out there, I did my own thing. I parked on one side of the mountain. I came around and I asked the park ranger because I was just going to get on my way. But then the park ranger was like, I asked him, I was like, oh, okay, is there any way like a backpacking route from here to the other side of the mountain? And he was like, yeah. So he gave me down the rundown, but he saw who I was with, my dog, and he was like, there's a lot of animals out there, like just be careful. Wouldn't recommend it, but if you're about it, go for it. So he supported me on that. So I was like, all right. So I did.
And that doesn't sound like support, but okay. That's like when I'm like, this is my blackout shot. And they're like, you shouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. But if you're down.
Honestly, because he said I wouldn't, but if you want to, go for it. It's all, but he did. He was really sweet. He was really helpful. Looking, I know. I thought about it too. It made me super nervous because I was like, okay, he's not giving me that 100% support that I want to get secured, but
I mean, he's just a park ranger.
He's being honest.
Yeah. If he was braver, he'd be a Marine or something. Just saying. I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
I'm totally kidding. If any park rangers are listening, I appreciate your duty. Thank you for your service. Just kidding. We'll edit that out. Yeah. Just kidding. We won't. We're not going to. We're not editing anything out.
But yeah, so I went on my way. It took us about like 4, maybe 5 hours. I think I want to say it was a good 5 hours just to get from one side to the other because my dog, he was not about that hike. He was like, this fucking bitch. Like, why did you bring me on?
He's like, I miss my fucking bed.
He does.
Where's my snacks? No one's cuddling me.
I was feeding him. I had a vest on him, and then it was getting chilly here and there, so I would put a beanie on him. And I honestly thought my dog would want to take that thing off. He left it on, and it was the cutest thing ever.
Well, yeah, he's cold.
Yeah, so he was like this big ass dog, and it was so cute. We ventured off, and we went, and we finally made it. I'd never set up a tent all by myself before, so this was brand new to me.
Yeah.
So everything that I did out there was the most self-confidence boosting moment of my life because I did everything by myself. I said, fuck that shit. I did all this on my own, I started my own campfire, with wood, sticks, all that bullshit, I started my own campfire.
You didn't take a lighter?
Oh yeah, I did.
Oh, I was like,
but
damn,
it's so
you
hard.
You should have hit me up. I would have brought one. Drop stuff off.
Care package.
Starburst for your 2 nights.
Just a 2-night package, please. That's all I need. But yeah, so we went and we did that, and it was pretty cool. It was pretty dope, dude. We ended up. I set up my tent. My tent was the worst thing ever. It took me 3 hours just to set up a freaking 1-person tent, it was so frustrating because there was no instructions, nothing, and I'm like, okay, and it said easy assemble and everything, and I'm there trying to pop it up, and I was struggling wrestling with the freaking tent, and my dog's just sitting there watching me. He's this big goofy Scooby-Doo looking ass dog, and he's just looking at me, and I'm like, oh my gosh. So I'm there finally, I know
that didn't mean, dude. Help
I know. Dude, I wanted to. It was
You're not gonna get snacks if you don't help me.
He's not gonna get dinner. For reals. So then we went on. We set up everything. I set up everything. I got everything done. It was pretty cool because I was finally able to get everything set up by maybe sunset, and the sun was perfect timing, dude. It was so dark. We encountered coyotes though. That shit was so fucking scary.
So when you're camping like that, do you go to do do you stop at one place and then do your whole tent and then walk more the next day and then do your whole tent at another place?
Well, yeah.
Oh. It's not like a stay at the same place. Okay.
No. Well, yeah, that's the whole idea of this. But with this trip, since it was like my first time ever doing this, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna play it safe. I'm gonna stay at one camping site. I'm not gonna go fuck off.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, because that would have been too much for me in like 2 days with that dog. Because my dog was just, he at one point sat on my lap wanting me to carry him, and I'm like, bro,
angel,
you cannot do that.
Real life angel.
Dude, he's just
you have a pet.
Dude, I felt
house
so
pet.
He was not a wild animal. Well, where we found him off-roading. We found him off-roading in the desert, and he was laying down on a couch. Totally was not expecting him.
See, he even had in the desert. He even had a couch.
Yeah,
Dude, should have taken the couch to the mountain. What the hell?
Dude, he would not sit down on the ground like all the way. He pulled out the sleeping bag from the tent and laid down on the sleeping bag outside because that's how uncomfortable he was. And I was like, bro, I'm so sorry. I'm the worst dog mom ever. Like I felt like a piece of shit, but I felt so proud of him at the end of the trip because
you did this.
Yeah.
You have a confidence boost. Are you out of your depression? Like, do you feel better? And he's like,
no, honestly, since that trip, that dog's been another dog. Him and I have been another person. He's like a whole nother dog person.
I feel you that.
Yeah, he is. Like, it's crazy because he was so shy and so afraid, but he's trip really did. And then he went through dog training school too. He graduated from like K9.
And he enrolled after the trip.
I did, yeah.
His
military dog.
Yeah, he's like, Mom, I want to learn training
dog.
Yeah. Send me somewhere. That's cute. Yeah, that's really cute.
Yeah, we made it. It was pretty cool. I couldn't believe that I did that shit. I could not believe. And while I was out there, it was more of like, I don't know, it was like a never-ending thing. Like, there was always something to get done out there. So I was like, just sitting there thinking like, fuck, imagine like living back in the day, you know, how hard life was for people and how easy we have it now, you know, like, that's where it was just turning, I don't know, like, to be honest, I know I'm going to sound crazy, but it felt like I had a spiritual awakening out there with just me, myself, my dog, like, just out there. Yeah. It was something else. Like, it really was. I meditated out there. I did a bunch of yoga out there. That's cool. You know, being out there by yourself, well, at least I think I was by myself, you know, like, that's what you want to think. But when you're out there, it's just, I don't know, it's something else. Like, nature between, I don't know, I have that relationship where nature literally mind fucks me. Like, I'm, like, taken away by how beautiful this world is.
Yeah, your mind gets bottled.
Yeah, like, I'm just like, what the, you know, like, this is amazing. I love it so much out here. It's pretty cool. I don't know.
That's awesome. Yeah, I just think it's, I just love how much she loves nature and how much she loves fitness. And it's so cool because I'm like, I can't relate, but I can relate. Like, I can't. Like, we're not going to do that together. But it's just so cool because things set my soul on fire, right? And so find what sets your soul on fire.
Definitely. Like, it
and,
doesn't
go do it for 2 days straight in the wilderness or whatever.
Yeah, whatever it is. Whatever it is.
Yeah, whatever it is, go do it.
It doesn't even have to be. Like, that's one thing, like, I can't stress enough to people is it doesn't have to be, you know, it's not that I'm trying to put what I'm doing onto everybody else. You know, it's just I want everybody else to find their own, like, their own little niche in life. You know, like, do your own thing. Find your own thing.
Find your happiness.
Find your own happiness and be selfish about it. You know, don't let anyone or anything get in your way of feeling good about yourself. Do what makes you happy. Love what you do and do what you love. You know, like, I can't stress that enough to people.
Yep. Do you feel our positive vibes through the mic? All right, girl. So I wonder what your list is going to be like. So at the end of every episode, I always might ask my guest, if you were stranded on an island or on a mountain or wherever we're stranded, you're going to be with me. What 3 things do we have? And they're in your bag. What 3 things do we have?
Ooh, stranded on an island. That's a tough question. Why are you doing this to me?
I did to all my guests, girl. You ain't special. I'm just kidding. You know you are.
So definitely, 3 things. I'm going.
No, you're not.
Okay.
It's really difficult. You just.
Ugh. The pressure. They're both looking at me. Oh my gosh.
And by both, she means both my personalities.
Yes. Okay, so I probably would have I don't know. I would have like definitely a journal. Journal would be one thing because I'm such a huge writer. I'm so good. Like I would probably have you tell you like, Gloria, let's write. Let's do some shit. Let's write down our thoughts. What goals are we gonna achieve? What are we gonna get down? I have to see that down on paper in order to get shit going.
Yeah. Hopefully a big journal so we can use some of it for some joints.
Yeah, that would be another one. Am I allowed to say that? That would be the second thing we would have in our bag.
Okay. Well, we could probably grow it. Because we're going to be on an island. So we could just grow our own weed. Yeah, we'll just take some seeds. Fair.
Sounds good.
Journals and seeds. All right, one more thing.
And then, let's see. Ooh. Dang, I don't know. Journal seeds. Is pizza a safe one? Because
okay, we could take pizza. No, we could take pizza.
No, I can't. I know these answers are so lame, but I cannot. I mean, how can you not live without pizza?
Yeah, no, food? Pizza's a really good one.
You can eat bread, you can eat the cheese, you can eat the meat, you can eat the sauce, you can make your own without sauce. Dude, I'm a pizza lover.
Yeah, we'll take pizza. We'll definitely take pizza. I mean, I eat pizza like twice a week.
No,
I'm
down.
I know. I probably have some in my car right now, like a couple slices.
Like, I don't know. Like, if it were me and you, just because, like, it'd be that kind of vibe. Like, just chill, hang out. True. Like, just hang out,
make
laugh,
list.
be BSing all the time. Make list of, like, a bunch of nonsense. I don't know. Or not even make lists. We could just write.
No, we could totally make lists. We could. Because I love lists.
Like, poetic.
Yeah,
I love poetry. I love all that stuff.
Maybe we could write a book out there. Sell it on Amazon Prime. Since we're stuck on an island. We'll just ship it to people. All right, girl. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you for being on this wonderful episode of Fake Lashes, Real Feelings. I am your host, Gloria Cadena, and it's been great. Bye, bitch.
Laters.
Good enough.